I didn't think betrayal would look like a neatly folded stack of shirts. I thought it would be loud. A fight. A slammed door. A harsh word you can point to and say, that's when everything changed. But the day my family made it clear I no longer mattered, it was quiet. Almost domestic. I came home with 2 grocery bags cutting into my fingers, the plastic handles stretched thin from the weight. It was late afternoon, that in-between time when the sun is warm but the air starts to cool. The house smelled faintly like lemon cleaner, too strong, like someone trying to cover something up. I remember pausing in the hallway because the sound was wrong. Not the usual TV noise from Lucas's cartoons. Not Mark's footsteps upstairs. Not even Stacy's phone chatter. Just voices. Older voices. Low and unfamiliar. Then I saw my bedroom door. Wide open. My bedroom. My space. The one room in that whole house where I could shut the world out and breathe. The room I'd slept in beside my late husband for 28 years. The room where I'd cried into my pillow when he was in the hospital and I didn't want my son to see me fall apart. Inside, someone had changed the bedspread. It wasn't my neutral quilt. It was a loud floral thing, the kind you see in discount catalogs. A suitcase sat on my chair like it belonged there. My vanity tray, my husband's watch, my earrings, my lotion, had been pushed aside like clutter. And standing right there by my dresser was a woman I barely recognized at first. Stacy's mother. She had my husband's shirts in her hands. She was folding them slow and careful, like she'd been doing it for years. Like she owned the routine. Like she belonged in the center of my life. I stopped breathing for a second. Not because I was dramatic. Because my body didn't understand what it was seeing. I turned my head and there he was. My son. Mark stood in the hallway with his shoulders rounded, his eyes on the floor like he'd dropped something and didn't want to be blamed. He looked tired. Guilty. Small. Like a teenager caught sneaking in past curfew. And he said, in the softest voice, like he was trying not to wake somebody, "Mom, just use the guest room for now." That was it. No anger. No defense. No, this is your house. No, Stacy, what are you doing? No, Mom, I didn't know, I swear. Just, use the guest room. I felt something in my chest go cold. Not heartbreak first. Cold. The kind of cold you feel when you realize you've been standing on thin ice the whole time and nobody bothered to tell you. Stacy appeared behind him like she'd been waiting for her cue. She had that bright smile she uses when she wants to seem sweet. The smile that never reaches her eyes. She walked up like a hostess welcoming me into my own home. "Hey, Rochelle," she said. "You're home. Perfect timing. My parents are settled in." Settled in. As if my bedroom was an Airbnb check-in. She slid her arm through mine, light and controlling at the same time, and leaned close like we were sharing a secret. "I moved your things to the guest room," she continued. "The master has better light. It's healthier for them. My dad's joints are bad, and the stairs to the balcony, he needs the sunshine. It'll be good for them." It wasn't a conversation. It was a decision she'd already made. And she kept talking, like if she spoke long enough I'd start nodding and disappearing the way I always did. I looked past her into my room again. My husband's photo, one of my favorites, the one where he's holding Lucas as a baby, was face down in a cardboard box. I could see the edge of the frame poking out like it had been shoved in without care. My throat tightened. I waited for Mark to say something. Anything. Even one sentence. He didn't. He rubbed his hands together and swallowed like he was the one being punished, not me. "Mom," he murmured. "Stacy didn't mean it like that." I stared at him. I wanted to ask, then how did she mean it? How do you mean well, when you push somebody out of their own bed? But I didn't say any of that. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. Because I know Stacy's type. The minute you show emotion, she turns it into your problem. She'd cry and tell everyone I attacked her, that I embarrassed her parents, that I was unstable, that I was getting confused. And Mark. Mark would stand there again, eyes down, trying to keep the peace at my expense. So I did the only thing that kept my dignity intact. I nodded once, like I was hearing the weather report. Got it, I said. Stacy's shoulders relaxed like she'd won something. Like she'd been holding her breath waiting for me to explode so she could point at me and say, "See? This is why we had to take control." I walked to the guest room. The guest room was not a guest room anymore. It was a storage closet with a bed. My clothes were piled on the mattress like somebody had grabbed armfuls and dumped them without folding. My books, my art books, my journals, were stacked crooked near the wall. My husband's wicker chair, the one he used to sit in with his coffee, was jammed into a corner like a punishment. A cracked glass frame lay on the carpet. It was our wedding photo. I knelt down and turned it over. My husband's face stared back at me through the fracture line. That smile I used to come home to. That steady warmth. My hands shook just a little. Not because I was weak. Because grief never fully leaves. It just changes shape. I sat on the edge of the bed and listened. From the living room came laughter. Stacy and her mother talking about curtain colors, about where to put plants, about Costco runs. Like they were redesigning a space that had always belonged to them. And in that moment, the betrayal landed where it really belonged. It wasn't the in-laws in my bedroom. It was my son letting it happen. After my husband died, it had been me and Mark for a while. I could have stayed in my smaller place in Oakland, my old teacher housing I'd bought out years ago, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, nothing fancy but fully mine. Quiet. Simple. But Mark and Stacy were struggling when Lucas was born. Daycare costs. Rent. Mark's job bouncing around. Stacy's spending habits dressed up as self-care. So when they asked if they could move into the bigger house, the one my husband and I bought through decades of saving, I said yes. The deed was in my name. Always had been. I told myself it was temporary. I told myself 3 generations under one roof could be a blessing. And for a while I made it work. I cooked. I watched Lucas during the day. I paid more bills than I should have. I covered little emergencies that never stopped coming. Stacy played polite when it mattered. She'd call me Ms. Bennett in front of people. She'd compliment my cooking, then whisper at the table, "We're doing low sodium now," like my food was a health hazard. She'd pick up my reading glasses and laugh, "These are so old school," then go back to scrolling on her phone for a new purse. Mark would give me that look. "Please don't make this harder," so I swallowed it. I told myself I was keeping peace. I told myself love meant sacrificing. But love isn't supposed to erase you. That evening, after their laughter faded and the house quieted, I walked back into the living room. All 4 of them were on the big sectional like it was their home. Stacy's father snored softly. Stacy's mother had her arms crossed, asleep like she was guarding her new territory. Lucas was curled up with a blanket. Stacy had her phone on her chest, sleeping like a queen. Mark's head had slipped to the side. His mouth was slightly open. He looked like a man who'd been relieved from responsibility just by pretending nothing was wrong. I stood there, looking at them. And I understood something clear and sharp. They thought I would sulk. They thought I would leave for a few days. They thought I would come back quiet. Because that's what I'd always done. Bend, adjust, accept. I went to the guest room and pulled out my old suitcase. The one with the scuffed corners. The one I used when my husband and I took road trips. I packed slow. Not everything. Just what mattered. My ID. My documents. My medications. A few pieces of jewelry. My husband's photo, wrapped carefully in a towel. A sweater he used to like on me. My sketchbook. I left behind the things that could be replaced. When I zipped the suitcase, the sound felt final. I didn't leave a note. I didn't make a speech. People like Stacy don't hear speeches. They hear opportunities. I texted Maggie, my friend from the school district, the one who'd told me a dozen times, "Ro, you can always come here if you need a quiet place." "You up?" "I need a place for a bit." "I'm serious." She called me immediately. "Ro, what happened?" "I'll tell you when I get there," I said. My voice surprised me. Calm. Flat. Controlled. "I just need to get out tonight." I rolled my suitcase to the front door. The wheels bumped softly over the threshold. Mark stirred slightly on the couch. His eyes opened halfway. "Mom," he mumbled, confused. "Where you going?" I looked at him, really looked at him, and I felt that deep, aching disappointment settle in. "I'm going home," I said. And then I added, because the truth deserved to be said once. "You can manage things from here." I stepped outside into the cool air and pulled the door shut behind me. In the driveway, my cab's headlights washed the house in pale light. I got in the back seat and gave the driver the address to my little Oakland place. As the car pulled away, my phone was already in my hand. Before we even reached the freeway, I left a message with my attorney. "Tom," I said, voice low, steady. "It's Rochelle. I'm done playing nice. Call me first thing in the morning. I need to know my options." I stared out the window as the streetlights passed, one by one, like a slow countdown. And for the first time in a long time, I wasn't thinking about what they needed. I was thinking about what I needed to do next. The cab dropped me off in front of my little place just after midnight. The porch light didn't turn on right away. It flickered once, like it was confused to see me. I stood there with my suitcase and my keys, staring at a door I hadn't opened in years. I used to think of this house as an extra, a leftover from my teaching days. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, nothing fancy. When Mark and Stacy moved into the bigger home, I told myself this place was just there. A backup. A quiet memory. That night it didn't feel like a backup. It felt like the only thing in my life that hadn't been taken over. I turned the key and pushed the door open. The smell hit me first. Stale air, old paper, dust that's been sitting too long. The kind of smell you get when curtains stay closed through too many seasons. I stepped inside and the floor creaked under my shoes like it was waking up. I stood in the dark for a moment, not moving. It was quiet in a way the other house never was. No TV noise. No footsteps upstairs. No Stacy's voice. No forced cheer. Just my breathing and the soft hum of the refrigerator. I set my suitcase down by the entryway and turned on a lamp. The light was yellow and tired. It cast shadows across the living room, showing me the outlines of furniture covered with old sheets. My couch, my little dining table, the bookshelf I used to keep my art supplies on. I didn't cry. I kept waiting for tears to come, like they were supposed to. But my body felt empty of them. What I felt was a slow, heavy ache, like I'd been carrying something too long and finally set it down. I walked into the kitchen and opened a cabinet. One mug sat there, upside down, alone. I turned it over and poured myself water from the tap. The water tasted like pipes that hadn't been used enough. I drank anyway. Then I went back to the living room and sat down on the covered couch without even pulling the sheet off. My phone buzzed. A text from Mark. "Where are you?" I stared at it. My first instinct, my old instinct, was to reassure him, to soften it, to explain, to make him comfortable. But I had just walked out of a house I owned because my son didn't have the spine to say one sentence in my defense. So I typed 3 words and hit send. "I'm safe. Alone." He didn't reply. I sat there for a long time, listening to my own silence. And then, like my brain wanted to protect me from thinking too much, I got up and started doing what I always did when I was stressed. I handled tasks. I walked room to room, turning on lights, checking windows, making sure the place was secure. I found the thermostat and turned it up a little. I went into the bedroom and pulled the sheet off the bed. The mattress smelled faintly of storage. I laid my coat on the chair and set my husband's photo, still wrapped in the towel, on the nightstand without unwrapping it yet. I couldn't look at it. Not right then. I went back out to the living room, sat again, and finally called Maggie. She picked up on the first ring. Rochelle. I'm here, I said. My voice came out flat. I'm at the Oakland place. There was a pause, and I could hear the shift in her breathing. Oh, honey, she said quietly. Did they do it? Did they really push you out? I didn't give her the whole story. Not yet. I was tired. My throat was tight. They moved her parents in, I said. Into my room. Maggie made a sound, half disbelief, half anger. And Mark let it happen? I closed my eyes. Yes. There was another pause. I could almost see her sitting up in bed, grabbing her glasses, getting that look on her face she used to get when a parent tried to bully a teacher at a school meeting. Listen to me, she said. You did the right thing leaving. You understand. Don't you let them shame you into thinking you're being dramatic. People like that rely on you bending. I swallowed. I left a message for Tom, I told her. My lawyer. Good, she said. Good. First thing tomorrow, you make a plan. A plan. That word settled me a little. Because plans are solid. Plans don't depend on other people's moods. We stayed on the phone until my breathing slowed. Until I felt grounded enough to sleep. When I hung up, I lay down on the bed in my clothes, the towel-wrapped photo beside me like a fragile thing. I stared at the ceiling and listened to the quiet again. I slept. Not well, but I slept. Underscore. In the morning, sunlight came through the blinds in thin stripes. Dust floated through it like tiny ghosts. My joints complained when I sat up, knees stiff, shoulders tight. 58 is not old in spirit, but your body reminds you that it's been through some years. I made coffee with an old drip machine that still worked. The first sip tasted like I'd brewed it too strong, but it was hot, and it was mine. I checked my phone. 3 missed calls from Mark. 1 text from Stacy. We're worried about you. Please don't do anything drastic. Lucas is asking for you. The words were careful, polished. But I could hear her tone in my head. That fake concern with a sharp edge under it. Don't do anything drastic. Like leaving was a sign I'd lost it. Like I was unstable. I felt my jaw tighten. I didn't respond. Instead, I called Tom. His assistant answered and put me through. Tom's voice came on, calm and steady, like he was already expecting this. Rochelle, he said. I got your message. Tell me what happened. I told him the facts. I stayed away from emotion. I described the scene. The move. The bedroom. The guest room. The deed still being in my name. Tom was quiet for a moment. You're the legal owner, he said finally. They're occupants. That's it. Occupants. Not partners. Not co-owners. Not entitled. Just occupants. I felt something loosen in my chest. What can I do? I asked. First, he said, you do not sign anything they put in front of you. Not a lease. Not a caregiver form. Not a family agreement. Nothing. I almost laughed. Because Stacy had been hinting for months about getting paperwork in order. I'd thought she meant something harmless. Like household rules. Now I heard the danger in it. Tom continued. Second, we document. If they start demanding money, threatening you, trying to control access, we document. Dates. Messages. Voicemails. I glanced at Stacy's text and felt a chill. Third, Tom said, if you want them out eventually, we do it correctly. But before anything, tell me this, what do you want? That question stopped me. What did I want? I wanted peace. I wanted dignity. I wanted to stop feeling like a burden in my own life. I want my home back, I said. But not like before. Not with me tiptoeing around them. Tom's voice didn't change. Understood. We'll talk options. But Rochelle, this is important. What you're dealing with is common. Families blur lines. People assume because you're the mother, you'll tolerate anything. I held the phone tighter. Yes, I said. That's exactly it. After we hung up, I sat at my small dining table and pulled out a notebook. Not a fancy planner. Just an old spiral notebook I used to sketch lesson ideas in. I wrote the date at the top. Then I wrote, in simple words. They moved her parents into my bedroom without asking. Mark allowed it. Stacy called me drastic. I stared at those lines. Seeing it in ink made it real in a different way. It wasn't just in my head. It wasn't something Stacy could twist with her sweet voice. It was real. My phone buzzed again. A call from Mark. I considered not answering. But I knew I would have to face him eventually. If I avoided him, Stacy would control the story, and Mark would swallow it like he always did. So I answered. Mom, he said quickly, like he'd been holding his breath for hours. Where are you? Why won't you come back? Stacy's parents, this was supposed to help them, not hurt you. I stayed quiet for a second, listening. Not just to his words. To what he was avoiding. He still wasn't saying, I'm sorry I let it happen. I spoke slowly. I'm at my Oakland house, I said. The one I own. He exhaled sharply. Okay. But you can't just disappear like that. Lucas is upset. Stacy's upset. Everyone's upset. There it was. Everyone's upset. But not him. Not the one who should have been upset for me. I kept my voice even. I didn't disappear. I left. There's a difference. Mom, he said, and his voice cracked a little. I didn't know what to do. That sentence, small as it was, hit harder than his earlier excuses. Because it was honest. I stared at the notebook on the table. You could have said one thing, I replied. One sentence. Mom stays in her room. You didn't. He didn't answer. I could hear his breathing. And then, like clockwork, his voice shifted into something softer, cautious. Can we just talk about it? Maybe you can come back and we'll rearrange things. Stacy didn't mean. I cut him off, not harsh, just firm. No, I said. Not today. Silence. Then he asked, careful. Are you mad at me? I almost laughed again. Not because it was funny. Because it was late. I'm not screaming, I said. I'm not calling names. But yes, Mark. I'm hurt. And I'm disappointed. His breath caught. I'm your mother, I continued. But I'm also a person. And I'm done being treated like a piece of furniture you can move when it's convenient. He didn't argue. He didn't defend Stacy. He sounded small again when he said, okay. And then he added, in a voice so low I almost missed it. Stacy says you'll come back once you calm down. There it was. The first real crack in the picture. The first mini reveal. Not what Mark thought. What Stacy thought. She had already decided my leaving was temporary. A tantrum. A phase. A threat she didn't have to take seriously. My hand tightened around the phone. Tell Stacy, I said slow and clear, that I'm calm. Another pause. And tell her, I continued, I'm not coming back the way she expects. Mark didn't respond right away. Finally, he said, okay, Mom. We hung up. I set my phone down and stared at the notebook again. Then I wrote another line underneath the first. Mark says Stacy thinks I'll come back once I calm down. I capped my pen. And for the first time since I left, I felt something steady rise up in me. Not rage. Resolve. Because when someone tells you exactly how little they take you seriously, it does something. It clears the fog. I looked around my small house. Dusty, quiet, mine, and I knew what the next step was. Not emotional. Not dramatic. Practical. I picked up my phone and called a cleaning service. "Hi," I said. "I need a deep clean. As soon as possible. This place hasn't been lived in for a while, and I'm moving back in." The woman on the line asked for dates and details. I gave them. My voice didn't shake. After I hung up, I stood in the kitchen with sunlight warming my hands and thought about the bigger house. My husband's house, my house. Filled with people who believed I'd fold like laundry and slide back into my corner. They weren't going to understand with words. They were going to understand with reality. And I wasn't ready to show my hand yet. Not until I had everything set up the right way. The cleaning crew showed up at 9 sharp the next morning. I heard their van before I saw it. Diesel engine, a soft rattle, then the doors sliding open. 2 women and 1 man came up my steps carrying buckets, mop handles, and those big plastic totes that looked like they could hold a whole life inside them. They were polite, professional, not nosy. I appreciated that. When you're older, you learn the difference between people who help and people who watch. I let them in and stood off to the side while they took in the place. Dust on the blinds. A thin layer of grit on the hardwood. That stale smell still hanging in the corners. "It's been vacant a while," I said, like I needed to explain myself. One of the women nodded. "No problem, ma'am. We'll get it right." Ma'am. I'm used to that. I've been ma'am for a long time. Sometimes it stings, sometimes it feels respectful. That morning it just felt real. Like I was exactly who I was, a woman with a house, a history, and a boundary she had finally stopped apologizing for. While they worked, I opened every window I could. The air outside was cool and clean, and when it flowed in, it felt like the house was exhaling. Sunlight slanted across the living room, catching dust in the air like tiny glittering specks. For a second, I remembered my husband standing in this kitchen in the early days. Coffee in one hand, newspaper in the other, saying, "This little place has good bones, Ro." It did. And so did I. I made myself another cup of coffee and sat at the small table, notebook open in front of me. Not because I was being dramatic. Because I was trying to stay clear, organized, grounded. That's what I taught kids in my classroom for decades. How to calm down by making sense of what's happening. I wrote, "Deep clean scheduled. Windows open. I am staying." My phone buzzed. Mark. I stared at the screen. I didn't want to talk to him. Not because I hated him. Because every time I heard his voice, it pulled at the old part of me that wanted to rescue him from consequences. I let it ring. He called again. And again. On the 4th try, I answered. Not soft, not angry. Just steady. "Mark." "Mom," he said fast, like he'd been waiting with the phone in his hand. "Where have you been? You didn't answer yesterday." Stacy's worried. I looked around my quiet kitchen. A mop swishing in the hallway. The smell of disinfectant. Fresh air coming in. "I've been here," I said. "At my house." He let out a breath. "Okay, but you can't just shut us out. Lucas keeps asking when you're coming back." There it was again. Lucas. The lever. The soft spot. I didn't take the bait. "I'll talk to Lucas when I'm ready," I said. "Mom, please," Mark said. His voice dropped lower. Stacy's parents aren't adjusting well. Her dad's complaining about the noise. Her mom keeps rearranging things. Stacy's stressed. I'm stressed. We need help. Help. Not you. Not we miss you. Not I'm sorry I didn't defend you. Help. I felt my jaw tighten. I kept my voice even. "You needed help before," I said. "When you let them move into my room. You didn't ask for my help then. You just let it happen." A long pause. "Mom." "I didn't know what to do," he said again, like that sentence could keep him clean. I stared at the notebook. At my own handwriting. At the date. Mark, I said, I'm not coming back to make life easier for Stacy. That chapter is closed. He swallowed. I could hear it, even through the phone. Can we at least talk in person? He asked. Like, just sit down. Calmly. Not yet, I said. Stacy thinks you're being stubborn, he blurted, then caught himself like he'd said too much. I went still. What did you say? I asked. He hesitated. Nothing. She thinks you left in the heat of the moment. I didn't raise my voice. But my words sharpened. Tell her I'm not heated, I said. I'm clear. He didn't respond right away. Then he said quietly, okay. When we hung up, I sat there for a moment with the phone in my hand. I wasn't shaking. I wasn't crying. I was listening to something inside me that used to get drowned out. That voice that says, pay attention. Something is shifting. The cleaning crew moved through the house like a steady tide. Vacuum. Mop. Wipe. Scrub. They didn't talk much. They didn't need to. I could hear the work being done. I could hear the house coming back to life. In the early afternoon, I went to the bedroom and finally unwrapped the towel around my husband's photo. I set it on the nightstand and looked at his face through the glass, the same way I used to when I couldn't sleep. Look at this mess, I whispered. But I'm still here. I changed the sheets. I put my suitcase in the closet. I hung up 2 dresses and a sweater. Small things. Quiet things. But they mattered. By the time the cleaning crew left, the place smelled like lemon and fresh air instead of dust and old sadness. I paid them, thanked them, and locked the door behind them. Then I did something I hadn't done in a long time. I went for a walk. Not a dramatic, new life walk. Just a walk around the block, slow and steady, hands in my pockets, breathing in the day. I passed a couple pushing a stroller, an older man watering his plants, 2 teenagers sitting on the curb laughing too loud. Life moving on. I walked down toward the water. Lake Merritt wasn't far if you take it at a slower pace. The sunlight on the lake was bright enough to make me squint. A few people sat on benches, sipping coffee, talking softly. A woman about my age walked past me in sneakers and a baseball cap, nodding like we understood each other without words. I sat for a few minutes and let myself feel something I hadn't felt in months. Not happiness. Not yet. Relief. Then my phone buzzed again. A name I hadn't seen in years. Aunt Denise. My stomach dropped. Not because I'm afraid of Denise. Because I knew what it meant. Stacy was already spreading her version. I answered. Rochelle, Denise said immediately, voice thick with judgment. What is going on with you? I kept my tone neutral. Hi, Denise. Don't hi me, she snapped. Mark called me worried sick. He said you just left. You know you can't be doing that at your age. Living alone. That's not safe. There it was. Not are you okay? Not what happened. Just the script. I felt heat rise in my chest. I didn't let it show in my voice. Denise, I said, did Mark tell you why I left? A pause. Well, he said there was some disagreement. Stacy's parents needed support. Everybody's trying to make it work. And you. So he didn't tell you, I said calmly. Rochelle, don't be difficult, Denise said. You know how young women are. Stacy's under pressure. You're the mother. You should take the high road. I stared across the lake at the ducks drifting like they had nowhere else to be. The high road, I repeated slowly. Is that what we call it now when a grown woman gets pushed out of her own bedroom? Denise went quiet for half a second, then tried to recover. Well, I'm sure they didn't mean it like that. I'm sure they meant it exactly like that, I said. And I'm done being convenient. Rochelle. I'm safe, I cut in. I'm fine. And I'm not discussing this with anyone who hasn't bothered to ask me what happened. My voice didn't shake. But my hand did, just a little, as I ended the call. I sat there longer than I planned, letting the anger settle into something more useful. Because anger can be wasted if you throw it at the wrong person. But if you aim it right, it becomes a boundary. When I got home, my phone had 2 more missed calls. One from a cousin. One from a church friend I hadn't heard from in months. That's when it really hit me. This wasn't just family conflict anymore. This was a story being told about me, without me. And I knew exactly how those stories go when the subject is a woman my age. She's confused. She's emotional. She's being stubborn. She's not thinking straight. It's a clean way to erase you without ever saying the word erase. I stood in my kitchen and looked at my notebook on the table. Then I opened my phone and started doing something I never thought I'd have to do with my own family. I started saving proof. I scrolled back through Stacy's texts. The concern. The little digs. The careful wording. The way she always used Lucas like a shield. I took screenshots. One after another. I saved them into a folder and labeled it exactly what it was. Records. Then I wrote another line in my notebook. Denise called. Scripted concern. They're controlling the narrative. I sat down and stared at that sentence for a long time. It didn't make me sad. It made me alert. Because if Stacy could convince people I was unstable, she could justify all kinds of things. Financial help. Legal paperwork. Decisions made for my own good. That's how these situations turn dangerous. Not with a punch. With paperwork. I picked up my phone and called Maggie. She answered on the second ring. Hey, Ro. How's the place? It's clean, I said. But that's not the problem. I told her about Denise. About the calls. Maggie didn't sound surprised. She sounded angry in that controlled way she gets. Of course she's doing that, Maggie said. Of course. That's what manipulative people do. They isolate you socially so you'll come back crawling. I swallowed. What do I do? You keep records, Maggie said. And Ro, you call someone close to that neighborhood. Someone who sees what's going on at that house when you're not there. I thought of a neighbor I used to wave at. A woman who always had her phone in her hand and knew everybody's business. I nodded slowly, even though Maggie couldn't see me. Yeah, I said. I know exactly who. I hung up and sat there in my quiet kitchen, listening to the house settle around me. The refrigerator hum. The soft tick of the clock. Then I opened my contacts and scrolled until I found the number. Mrs. Alvarez. My thumb hovered over call. And before I pressed it, one more text came in from Mark. Mom, please stop making this bigger than it is. Stacy says everyone's worried you're not thinking clearly. I stared at the screen. That was the mini reveal, right there in black and white. Not just worried. Not just upset. Not thinking clearly. I felt my stomach drop, but my hands didn't shake this time. I set the phone down. Then I hit call on Mrs. Alvarez. Because if Stacy wanted to play this like I was the problem, I was going to protect myself the way an older woman has to protect herself in this world. Quietly. Carefully. With receipts. Mrs. Alvarez answered on the second ring, like she'd been waiting for something to happen all her life. Rochelle. Her voice went warm right away. Well, look at the Lord. I was just thinking about you. I stood in my kitchen with the phone to my ear, staring at a clean countertop that still didn't feel like mine yet. The house was quiet except for the clock ticking and the occasional groan of old pipes. Hey, Mrs. Alvarez, I said. How you been? I been, she said, and I could hear the smile in her voice. Same knees, same bills, same neighbor drama. How are you, baby? That baby landed soft and familiar. It made my throat tighten for a second. Not because she was being sentimental. Because I realized how long it had been since someone spoke to me like a person instead of a problem. I'm all right, I said carefully. Listen, I don't want to drag you into anything, but I need to ask you something. She lowered her voice immediately. Go on. I took a breath and kept it simple. What's been going on at the house? The bigger one. A short pause. Then she made a sound that told me everything before she even spoke. Lord, she said. So it's true. You not there. My jaw tightened. No. I'm not. Another pause. Softer this time. I'm sorry, Rochelle. I'm real sorry. That girl, your daughter-in-law, she been running her mouth. My fingers curled around the edge of the counter. About what? Mrs. Alvarez exhaled like she'd been holding this in. About you. About the house. About how it's basically theirs and you just haven't accepted it yet. I closed my eyes. Even though I expected it, hearing it said out loud made my stomach drop anyway. She said that? I asked. More than once, Mrs. Alvarez replied. She stand outside talking loud like she wants folks to hear. Like it's a performance. One day she was on the phone right out front by the steps, and I heard her say, once we get it all settled, we'll get her into a smaller place. She can't keep managing this anyway. My skin went cold. A smaller place, I repeated. Mrs. Alvarez said. Like you a package they can move around. I leaned my forehead against the kitchen cabinet for a second, not because I was falling apart, but because I needed the support of something solid. Did she say anything else? I asked. Mrs. Alvarez hesitated, just long enough for me to feel it. Rochelle, she said carefully, I don't want to scare you. My heart thumped once, hard. Tell me, I said. She was talking to some lady, maybe her cousin, maybe a friend, outside by the driveway, Mrs. Alvarez said. And she said, if she wants to act difficult, we'll have to start thinking about her capacity. You know how it is at her age. I went completely still. Capacity. That word didn't belong in family conversations unless somebody was trying to take something. I swallowed. Did Mark hear her say that? Mrs. Alvarez gave a bitter little laugh. Mark. That man always looked like he trying to disappear. He stay inside when she doing her mouthwork. I stared at the floor, the clean wood shining in the morning light. My mind ran fast, even while my body stayed still. Not thinking clearly. Capacity. Smaller place. Those weren't just insults. Those were steps. The kind of steps people take when they're building a case that you can't be trusted with your own life. I forced my voice to stay calm. Mrs. Alvarez, do you have any proof of this? Like, anything recorded? She didn't answer right away. Then she said, baby, you know how this neighborhood is. Folks be recording everything. We got cameras on cameras. People film the mailman. I heard rustling on her end, like she was moving to another room. I ain't gonna lie to you, she continued. Last week, my niece was over, and she heard Stacy talking out there. My niece pulled out her phone and hit record because she said, Auntie, that don't sound right. My stomach tightened again, but this time it wasn't just dread. It was something sharper. Can you ask her to send it to me? I asked. I already told her, Mrs. Alvarez said. She said she'll send it. I'm not playing with this. People get funny when money and property involved. I let out a slow breath. Thank you. And Rochelle, she added, voice lowering again, I heard something else. Not from me directly, but from Ms. Turner down the block. She said Stacy was asking questions about the deed. Like how it works. Like whether a spouse can be added easy. My hand tightened on the phone. She was asking about adding Mark. I asked. That's what Ms. Turner said she heard, Mrs. Alvarez replied. And Rochelle, you know I mind my business, but this right here? This is business. I didn't respond for a second. I could feel my heartbeat in my throat. Mrs. Alvarez, I said slowly, I need you to keep your eyes open. If anything strange happens, Mail, strangers coming by, locksmith, anything, you tell me. You got it, she said. And baby, don't you go back there alone. I promised her I wouldn't. When I hung up, my kitchen felt smaller. The quiet felt heavier. I stood there for a full minute, just absorbing what I'd heard. Because now it wasn't just disrespect. It was strategy. And once people start using words like capacity, they don't stop at words. My phone buzzed again. A text from Mark. Mom, Stacy says you're making her parents feel unwelcome. Please don't do anything that makes things harder. I stared at the screen. He was still doing it. Still repeating her framing. Not, she pushed you out. Not, I'm sorry. Not, what can I do to fix this? Just, don't make it harder. I didn't reply. Instead, I went back to my notebook and wrote. Neighbor heard Stacy say, capacity, asking about deed. Then I opened my phone and called Tom again. His assistant put me through quickly. Tom didn't waste time. Rochelle. What's new? I told him exactly what Mrs. Alvarez said. I kept my voice steady, even though my hands were cold. When I got to the word capacity, Tom went quiet for a beat. Okay, he said finally. Listen carefully. If she's floating that idea, we treat it seriously. That doesn't mean she can do anything tomorrow. But it means she's thinking in the direction of control. My throat tightened. Can she do something? Like claim I'm not well? Tom's voice stayed calm, but it sharpened. Anyone can claim anything. The question is whether they can convince someone. That's why we document and we stay ahead. I pressed my palm against the table like I needed to feel it under me. What do I do next? I asked. 2 things, Tom said. 1. Do you have a primary care physician who knows you, who can attest you're oriented, capable, stable? Yes, I said. Dr. Patel. Been seeing him for years. Good, Tom said. Schedule a routine checkup soon. Not because you're sick. Because you want a clear medical note in your record. You're competent, you're managing your affairs. It's a protective step. My stomach turned, not at the idea itself, but at the fact that I had to do this. Protect myself from my own family. And 2, Tom continued, we tighten your financial boundaries. Make sure no accounts are shared. No mail goes to that house. Change passwords. If there's any automatic deposit or paperwork tied to that address, we move it. I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. Okay, I said. And Rochelle, Tom added, I want you to start forwarding all communication from Mark and Stacy to me if it turns into threats or coercion. Especially if they mention money, paperwork, or your health. I swallowed. Okay. We ended the call. I sat at the table for a while, staring at my hands. They looked the same. Same brown skin. Same little age spots. Same ring dent where my wedding band used to sit. Nothing about me had changed. But now I was looking at my life through a different lens. I wasn't just a mother in a family argument. I was an older homeowner being tested by people who thought age made me soft. My phone chimed. A message from Mrs. Alvarez's niece. Audio clip attached. My heart kicked hard once. I didn't play it right away. I stared at the file like it was a door I didn't want to open, because once you hear something like that, you can't unhear it. I picked up my coffee mug, realized my coffee was cold again, set it back down. Then I pressed play. At first it was just street noise, cars passing, a dog barking, someone laughing nearby. Then Stacy's voice came through, loud and clear, like she wanted an audience. I'm telling you, it's basically ours, she was saying. She's just being stubborn. Mark won't push her, but I will. And if she wants to play games, we'll start talking about what's best for her, because she's not thinking clearly lately. There was a short laugh, hers or someone else's, then Stacy again. Once we get it settled, we'll get the deed handled. She can't keep acting like she's the only one who matters. My mouth went dry. I listened to the whole clip twice. Not because I enjoyed it. Because I needed to be sure it was real, and I needed to feel the full weight of it settle in. When I finally turned it off, my kitchen felt too quiet. My hands weren't shaking. My heart wasn't racing. I felt something colder than anger. I felt clarity. This wasn't going to be solved by a heartfelt talk at the dining table. This wasn't going to be solved by me taking the high road. This was a power struggle, dressed up in family language. And now I had proof. I opened my email and sent the clip straight to Tom with a simple note. Received from neighbor. Please advise next steps. Then I texted Maggie. It's worse than we thought. She said, capacity, and deed out loud. I have a recording. Maggie called immediately. I answered, and before I could even speak, she said, Ro, do not go back there alone. Do you hear me? I hear you, I said. And Ro, Maggie added, voice hard with concern, this is exactly how older women get trapped. They make you look unstable so they can take over. We're not letting that happen. I stared out my window at the quiet street, at a man walking his dog like it was just another day. I'm not letting it happen, I said. After we hung up, I sat back down at my table and opened my notebook again. I wrote one line, slow and deliberate. They're not just disrespecting me. They're planning around me. Then, underneath it. Next step. Lock down identity, money, and the house. Quietly. I looked at those words for a long time. And that's when I realized the story had shifted. Before, I was just trying to get out and breathe. Now, I was preparing for something more serious. Because once someone starts talking about your capacity, they're not trying to reconcile. They're trying to remove you. I didn't sleep much after I heard that recording. Not because I was panicking. Because my mind wouldn't stop doing what it has always done when something feels unsafe. It started planning. At 3 a.m, I was lying on my back staring at the ceiling, listening to the quiet hum of my little heater. And I kept hearing Stacy's voice in my head, clear as day. Capacity. Deed handled. She's not thinking clearly. Those words don't float out of someone's mouth by accident. People choose them. People practice them. People test how they sound. I got up before sunrise, made tea, and sat at my kitchen table with my notebook open and my phone beside it. I did not text Mark. How could you? I did not call Stacy and scream. I did something more useful. I locked things down. First, I changed passwords. Email, banking, social media, anything that could be used to reset something else. I turned on two-factor authentication with my phone number. I wrote the new passwords down in a little address book I keep in the kitchen drawer, the kind older folks still use because we know what happens when technology decides to forget us. Second, I called the post office and made sure none of my mail was being forwarded without my approval. I didn't say, my daughter-in-law is plotting. I said, simple and polite, I want to confirm my mailing address and prevent unauthorized changes. The woman on the line didn't ask questions. She just did her job. Third, I scheduled an appointment with Dr. Patel. When the receptionist asked what it was for, I paused. Then I said, routine checkup. That was true. Because it is routine for a woman my age to want her medical records straight. It is routine to protect yourself. And if anyone later tried to claim I wasn't oriented, wasn't stable, wasn't capable, my file would say otherwise. I hung up and looked at the clock. It was 8:17 a.m. Most of the world was just starting their day. Mine had been changing for weeks. My phone buzzed. A message from my cousin Tosha. Aunt Denise called me. She said you ran off, and Mark is worried. Are you okay? I stared at it. My first instinct was to feel embarrassed. Like I'd done something wrong that people were whispering about. Then I remembered the recording. The embarrassment dried up into something else. I typed back. I'm okay. I didn't run off. I left because they moved Stacy's parents into my bedroom without asking. A few minutes later, Tosha replied. What? Then. Hold on. I'm calling you. Her call came through, and the moment I answered, she was already heated. Aunt Ro, tell me she didn't really do that. She did, I said. And Mark let her? Yes. Tosha went quiet for a second, and I could hear her breathing. I swear, she said finally, voice low, I love Mark, but he's been letting that woman drive the whole car since day one. I didn't defend him. I couldn't. Tosha kept going. Aunt Denise made it sound like you got mad over nothing. Like you're just being difficult. Of course she did, I said. Tosha clicked her tongue. I'm coming by later. Not to argue. Just. I want to see you. Make sure you're good. Okay, I said. But Tosha. I'm not asking anybody to pick sides. I know, she said. But people need to hear the truth. When we hung up, I wrote in my notebook. Narrative spreading. Tell facts, not emotion. Then my phone buzzed again. This time it was Mark. I let it ring once. Twice. Then I answered. Mom, he said, and his voice sounded strained, like he'd been holding his breath for days. Can we talk? Like, really talk? We're talking, I said. He exhaled. Okay. Look. Stacy's parents. They're not settling in well. There's more tension than we expected. I didn't respond right away. He took my silence as permission to keep going. Bills are going up, he said. Groceries, utilities. Everything. And Lucas. He's confused. He misses you. He keeps asking why you're not here. He paused, and his voice softened, like he was trying on a different tone. I'm not saying you have to come back, he said quickly. Can you help in some way? Just for now. Until we figure this out. Help. There was that word again. I felt my jaw tighten, but I kept my voice calm. What kind of help? I asked. Another pause. A careful one. And then he said it. Money, Mark admitted, voice low. Stacy thinks if you can help with some of the expenses, it'll take pressure off. Her dad needs physical therapy. And Lucas's lessons. I closed my eyes. This was the predictable part, but it still hurt. Because he wasn't calling to apologize. He was calling to collect. Mark, I said slowly, do you understand how this sounds? I'm not trying to, he started. No, I cut in, still calm. Listen. You let Stacy move her parents into my room. You let them treat me like I was in the way. And now you're asking me to pay for the consequences. It's not like that, he said quickly. We're family. Family. I held the phone a little farther from my ear, like the word itself was too loud. Family, I repeated. When was I family? When my stuff was thrown into the guest room. When my husband's photo ended up face down in a box. When Stacy said I wasn't thinking clearly. Mark went quiet. I heard a faint sound in the background. Someone walking, a cupboard closing. Then another voice, just out of frame. Stacy. I couldn't hear her words clearly, but I heard her tone. Tight. Urgent. Like a director feeding lines. Mark's voice changed after that, like he was reading from a script. Mom, he said carefully, Stacy is just concerned. She thinks it's not safe for you to be alone. She thinks. I felt my stomach clench. Stop, I said. Silence. What? Mark asked. Stop repeating her words, I said. I know when you're talking and when she's talking through you. He didn't deny it. That told me everything. I took a slow breath. I'm not giving you money, I said. Not now. Not later. Not just until things settle. Mark's voice rose slightly. Mom. No. I said again, firmer. This is the boundary. He went quiet, and then he tried a different angle, the one that always used to work. Lucas, he whispered. He really misses you. My chest tightened. Of course it did. I love that boy. But love doesn't mean letting people use your heart like a credit card. I will see Lucas, I said, when it's on my terms. Not as payment. Mark's breathing sounded rough. Then, under his breath, like he didn't mean to say it, he muttered. Stacy said you'd do this. I went still. What did you say? I asked. He swallowed. Nothing. She said you'd make it about yourself. That was the mini reveal. Not just that Stacy wanted money. That she was predicting my response and framing me as selfish in advance. I felt something inside me click into place, neat and cold. Mark, I said quietly, tell Stacy something for me. He didn't respond. I continued anyway. Tell her my pension is mine. My savings are mine. My home is mine. And if she wants to talk about capacity, she can talk to my lawyer. There was a beat of silence so thick I could hear my own breathing. Then Mark said, voice shaky, Mom, don't do that. Don't make this legal. I almost laughed. I didn't make it legal, I said. Stacy did when she started talking about the deed and whether I'm thinking clearly. He didn't respond. Mark, I added, I'm going to say this once. I love you. You're my son. But I will not be managed. I will not be moved around. I will not be used. His voice cracked. Okay. And I hung up. Not because I wanted to punish him. Because I needed him to sit in the silence for once. To feel the weight of what he was asking of me. I placed my phone face down on the table and stared at my notebook. My hands weren't shaking. My heart was steady. I wrote. Mark asked for money. Stacy coaching him. Using Lucas. Then I underlined it twice. A knock came at my door around noon. It was Tosha. She stood there with a grocery bag and that expression younger women get when they're trying to be respectful but they're furious on your behalf. Aunt Ro, she said, stepping inside. I brought you some stuff. Fresh fruit. A little chicken salad. And, she looked around my clean but bare living room. You really moved back. I did, I said. She nodded slowly. Good. We sat at my kitchen table, and I told her the short version. The factual version. The version Stacy couldn't twist. Tosha listened without interrupting, eyes narrowing tighter as I went. When I mentioned capacity, she sat up straight. Oh no, she said. No, no. Aunt Ro, that's not just petty. That's dangerous. I know, I said. Tosha leaned forward. Do you want me to be honest? Always, I said. She's going to try to make you look unstable, Tosha said. Because if she can convince people you're confused, she can justify anything. Money, paperwork, control. And Mark will go along because he hates conflict. Her words hit hard because they were true. I didn't defend Mark. I couldn't. Tosha reached into her bag and pulled out a small folder. I printed something, she said. Just in case. It's a checklist for elder financial abuse. My friend works at a clinic, and she said this is what they look for. I took it and glanced down. My stomach tightened as I read phrases like coercion, isolation, threats, controlling access, pushing for legal authority. It felt like someone had written my week on paper. I set the folder down and looked at Tosha. I'm meeting Dr. Patel, I said. And I already talked to my lawyer. Tosha nodded, relieved. Good. Good. Then she hesitated. What? I asked. She looked down at her hands. I didn't want to say this, but Aunt Denise was telling people you're not well. Like, mentally. My chest tightened. There it was. The smear. The groundwork. Not dramatic. Not screaming. Just whispers that could ruin your credibility. I inhaled slowly. And when I exhaled, my voice was steady. Okay, I said. Tosha blinked. That's it. Okay? Yes, I said. Because now I know what game they're playing. And I'm not going to lose it by reacting. I picked up my phone and opened my email. Then I forwarded the audio clip to Tosha. I want you to have this, I said. Just in case. She listened to a few seconds, eyes widening, then she shut her mouth tight. Oh my God, she whispered. She really said it. Yes, I said. She did. Tosha looked at me like she was seeing me differently now, not as someone to protect, but as someone who was awake. What are you going to do? She asked quietly. I glanced at my notebook, at the underlined line about money and Lucas. Then I looked back at her. I'm going to stop this from getting worse, I said. And I'm going to do it the right way. Quiet. Legal. Documented. Tosha nodded once. Tell me what you need. I didn't answer right away, because I was choosing my words carefully. Then I said it. I need you to be a witness, I told her. Not in court. Just in life. If they try to twist the story, I need someone who knows the truth. Tosha reached across the table and squeezed my hand. Her grip was warm and firm. You got me, she said. After she left, I stood alone in my kitchen again, the afternoon sun warming the floor. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from Stacy, this time not as polished. If you keep acting like this, you're going to force us to take steps. I stared at the screen. My mouth went dry. Not because I was afraid. Because now the concern had slipped. Just enough for the truth to show. Take steps. I didn't reply. I opened my notebook, wrote the date, and copied her exact words. Then I circled them. Because that wasn't concern. That was a threat. And for the first time since this started, I knew exactly what the next phase would be. I didn't answer Stacy's text right away. I read it 3 times, like maybe the words would soften if I stared long enough. If you keep acting like this, you're going to force us to take steps. That was the first time she dropped the sweet voice completely. No, we're worried. No, Lucas misses you. No fake concern. Just a warning. I copied it into my notebook, circled it, and then I did what I've started doing whenever my emotions get loud. I moved toward facts. I forwarded the screenshot to Tom with one line. This reads like a threat. Please advise. Then I made breakfast, 2 eggs, toast, nothing fancy, and ate it standing up at the counter. I wasn't hungry, but I needed my body to feel normal. I needed the day to have structure, because that's what keeps you from spiraling. Around 10, Tom called. Rochelle, he said, calm as always. I saw the message. And? I asked. That wording matters, he replied. It's vague on purpose. But it establishes intent. If they escalate, calling authorities, trying to pressure you financially, pushing paperwork, this shows it wasn't innocent. I stared out my kitchen window at the quiet street. A woman walked by with a dog like it was just another Tuesday. What should I do? I asked. 2 things, Tom said. First, keep communication in writing as much as possible. If you do speak on the phone, follow up with a brief text summary. Per our call, I am not providing financial support. Please communicate through my attorney for legal matters. I nodded. Second, he continued, your appointment with your doctor is the right move. A clean medical note can shut down any capacity, talk quickly. I swallowed. It still feels humiliating. It is, Tom said, without sugarcoating. But it's also smart. And right now, we're playing defense and offense at the same time. After we hung up, I sat down and looked at the calendar on my phone. Dr. Patel was scheduled for the next morning. I texted Tosha. Can you come with me to the doctor tomorrow? Just as backup. She replied almost instantly. Already planned on it. I'll pick you up at 8:30. That steadied me more than I expected. Not because I needed someone to handle things. Because having a witness changes the way you walk through the world. That afternoon, I tried to do normal life things. I made a grocery list. I wiped down my cabinets again, even though they were already clean. I sat on my couch and opened a book but couldn't get past the first page. My mind kept drifting back to Stacy's word, steps, and all the ways a person like her could interpret that. Police. Social services. A lawyer letter. A court petition. People don't need to physically hurt you to harm you. Sometimes they just aim at your credibility, at your stability, at the way others see you. By evening, I had 3 missed calls from unknown numbers. I don't answer unknown numbers anymore. Not unless I'm expecting a call. Too many scams. Too many people fishing for information. But the 4th call came with a voicemail that made my throat tighten. Ms. Bennett. This is Karen with Adult Protective Services. Please call me back regarding a report we received. It's not an emergency, but we do need to speak with you. Adult Protective Services. I sat down slowly at my kitchen table, phone still in my hand. For a second, I just listened to the voicemail again, like maybe I misheard it. I didn't. I felt something move through me, anger first, then a cold kind of clarity. Not panic. Not confusion. Just, so this is what she meant by steps. I called Tom immediately. He picked up on the 2nd ring. She did it, I said. Did what? He asked, voice sharpening. APS, I replied. They called. They said there's a report. Tom went quiet for half a beat. Okay. Breathe. This is not uncommon. It doesn't mean she wins anything. It means she's trying to create a paper trail. My hand was steady on the phone, but my stomach felt tight. What do I do? I asked. First, Tom said, call them back. Be polite. Be calm. Confirm you're safe. Confirm you have housing. Confirm you manage your finances. Do not rant about Stacy. Do not speculate. Stick to facts. I exhaled slowly. Second, he continued, tell them you have a scheduled medical appointment tomorrow and you're happy to provide documentation of your capacity and independence. That flips the script. Okay, I said. And Rochelle, Tom added, if they ask who reported it, they may not tell you. But we can assume. We keep documenting. After we hung up, I stared at the voicemail again. Then I called the number back. A woman answered, professional and neutral. Adult Protective Services, this is Karen. Hi, I said. This is Rochelle Bennett. You left me a voicemail. Yes, Ms. Bennett, she said. Thank you for calling back. We received a report expressing concern about your well-being. Specifically, that you may be living alone without adequate support. I could almost hear Stacy's voice behind that sentence. I kept my tone even. I am living alone by choice. I'm safe. I have housing. I have transportation. I have medical care. I'm financially independent. There was a pause while Karen typed. Do you have family support? She asked. I looked around my kitchen. Clean counters. A bowl of fruit. My notebook open to the page with Stacy's threat circled in ink. I have support, I said carefully. And I also have legal counsel. Another pause. May I ask why you left your previous residence? I didn't tell her the whole story. I gave the truth, trimmed down to what mattered. I left because boundaries were crossed in that household, I said. I chose to return to my own property. Karen's voice stayed neutral, but I could hear her shift into procedure. We'd like to schedule a brief in-person visit. It's routine. We simply confirm you're safe and have resources. That's fine, I said. I have a routine medical appointment tomorrow morning and can provide documentation from my physician. Would you like to schedule the visit after that? Karen agreed. We set it for the following afternoon. Before we ended the call, she said, "Ms. Bennett, just so you understand, a report does not mean wrongdoing. It just triggers a welfare check process." "I understand," I said. But what I understood more clearly was this. Stacy had moved from manipulation to institutions. And once a person is willing to bring outsiders into your life to control you, you have to stop hoping for family peace and start protecting yourself like an adult. That night, I slept even less. Not because I was afraid of APS. Karen sounded fair. Professional. I couldn't sleep because I kept seeing my son's face in that hallway, his eyes down, his voice soft, while his wife quietly built a file on me like I was a problem to manage. Underscore. The next morning, Tosha picked me up right on time. She took one look at my face and didn't ask too many questions. She just said, "We'll handle it." "I'm not confused," I said, more to myself than to her. "I know," she replied. "That's why we're going." Dr. Patel's office smelled like hand sanitizer and old magazines. The waiting room had those soft chairs designed for people with sore backs. A television in the corner played a morning talk show with the volume low. When the nurse called my name, Tosha stood up with me. In the exam room, Dr. Patel came in smiling like he always does. Kind eyes, calm voice, steady hands. "Rochelle," he said. "How are you?" I sat on the paper-covered table and looked at him straight. "I need a routine checkup," I said. "And I need it documented that I'm competent, oriented, and managing my life independently." Dr. Patel didn't blink. He didn't judge me. He didn't ask why in a way that made me feel small. He just nodded once, slowly. "Okay," he said. "Tell me what's going on." I gave him the short version. Not every ugly detail, just enough to explain the context. The pressure. The boundary crossing. The language being used about my mental state. Dr. Patel listened. Then he said, gently, "We can do a standard cognitive screening today. It's common. It's not an accusation. It's documentation." "Do it," I said. He asked me simple questions. Date, location, current events, memory recall, attention. I answered without hesitation. It felt almost insulting at first, like being asked to prove I'm a person. But then I reminded myself, this is not about my dignity. This is about my protection. When we finished, Dr. Patel wrote notes in my chart and printed a summary letter. He handed it to me. "Rochelle Bennett is alert and oriented," it read. "No signs of cognitive impairment observed. Patient is capable of managing her personal and financial affairs." I held the paper in my hands like it weighed something. Because it did. Dr. Patel looked at me and said quietly, "If anyone is trying to exploit you financially, we can also document stress impact and refer you to support resources." "I'm already working with an attorney," I said. He nodded. "Good." On the drive home, Tosha didn't speak for a while. Then she said, "You know what's wild? She really thought you'd fold." I stared out the window at people walking their dogs, going to work, living ordinary lives. "She still thinks that," I said. When we got back to my house, Tom called again. "I spoke with my colleague," he said. "APS involvement doesn't change your ownership rights. But it does signal escalation. So I'm going to ask you a direct question." I braced myself. "Okay. Do you want to keep the Berkeley house as an asset while they live there?" he asked. "Or do you want to end this situation decisively?" I didn't answer right away. Because that question wasn't just legal. It was emotional. That house held years of my life. My husband's laughter. My son growing up. Holidays. Sunday dinners. 1,000 memories I used to think were safe. But memories don't protect you from people who see your property as their future. "I want it ended," I said finally. My voice surprised me. Steady, not shaky. I don't want to be tied to them through that house anymore. Tom's tone turned professional. Then we move. Carefully. Legally. Quietly. What does that look like? I asked. First, he said, we prepare the paperwork to assert your sole ownership and your intent. Second, we begin formal steps to remove them as occupants. Third, if you're willing, we consider listing the property for sale. That's the cleanest way to cut the rope. I swallowed. This was the turning point. I could feel it. The moment where I stopped waiting for my son to grow a backbone and started acting like a woman who had earned her own life. I'm willing, I said. Tom paused for half a second, like he was measuring my certainty. Okay, he replied. Come to my office tomorrow. We'll sign the authorization and start. After we ended the call, I sat at my kitchen table with Dr. Patel's letter beside my notebook. Outside, the day was bright. Ordinary. Inside me, something was settling into place like a lock clicking shut. Stacy wanted steps. Now she was going to get steps. Just not the kind she thought. The next morning, I dressed like I was going to a job. Not because Tom's office is formal. He's the kind of lawyer who wears a blazer with jeans and still looks like he runs the room, but because I needed to feel steady. Put together. Not for him. For me. I wore simple slacks, a clean sweater, and the small gold earrings my husband bought me years ago when we finally paid off our first car. I put on a little lotion, smoothed my hair back, and looked at myself in the bathroom mirror longer than usual. My face looked tired, but not weak. I picked up my folder, Dr. Patel's letter, screenshots, the audio file copied onto a flash drive the way Tom asked, plus a printed timeline of what happened. I didn't want to rely on my phone alone. Phones get lost. Phones get broken. Phones get accidentally wiped by the wrong person. Paper is stubborn. Paper stays. Tosha offered to drive me, but I told her I could handle it. I wasn't being proud. I just needed to do this part alone. Walk into Tom's office on my own feet, sign my own name, and feel that my life was still mine. Tom met me in the lobby. He shook my hand like he always does. Firm, respectful. Rochelle, he said. You look ready. I am, I replied. He didn't smile, but his eyes softened. Okay. Let's get to work. His office smelled like coffee and printer ink. A small stack of files sat on his desk, and on top was a folder with my name on it. He didn't waste time. Before we sign anything, Tom said, I want to confirm something. You're doing this because you want freedom and safety, not because you want revenge. Correct. I nodded. Correct. Tom leaned back slightly. Good. That matters. If this escalates, people will try to paint you as vindictive. We keep everything grounded in facts. You are the owner, you were displaced, and you are making reasonable decisions to protect yourself. He slid the first document toward me. It was an authorization agreement, granting him authority to act on my behalf regarding the property, to retrieve keys, to speak with the property manager, to coordinate with a real estate agent if I chose to list. I read every page. Slowly. Not because I didn't trust Tom. Because that's how you protect yourself, especially when someone has already tried to build a narrative that you're not thinking clearly. Tom waited without rushing me. When I finished, I signed. My hand didn't shake. Then he placed a second document in front of me. This is the statement of sole ownership, he said. It confirms what we already know. The deed is in your name alone, and you have full authority to sell. I signed that too. Then Tom looked up at me and said, Last question, Rochelle. Are you prepared for how they will react? I let out a slow breath. I didn't answer with anger. I answered with honesty. I'm prepared for Stacy, I said. I'm not sure I'm prepared for my son. Tom nodded. That's fair. He opened a folder and pulled out a printed copy of Dr. Patel's letter. This is excellent, he said. This shuts down capacity talk quickly. Then he plugged in the flash drive and listened to part of the audio clip with his headphones on. His face didn't change much, but when he took them off, his tone hardened a notch. She said, "Deed handled," he repeated. "And, not thinking clearly. That's not casual. That's intent." I sat straighter. Tom continued. "All right. Here's the sequence. Today, we go to the property management office. We retrieve spare keys. We update the occupant registry to reflect that they are not owners and do not have the right to block showings. Then we meet the agent." I blinked. "Today." Tom nodded. "Momentum matters. And it reduces the chance they can interfere." My stomach tightened, but it wasn't fear. It was that moment right before you step off a ledge you've been staring at for too long. "Okay," I said. We left Tom's office in his car. The sky was bright and clear, the kind of day that makes other people forget that someone's world can be falling apart quietly inside them. On the drive, I kept thinking about the house. Not the property value, not the equity. The memories. My husband painting the living room. My son learning to ride his bike out front. The smell of Thanksgiving turkey. The sound of laughter. And then I thought about Stacy's voice saying, "Capacity." Memories are precious, but they are not worth being controlled for. We pulled into the property management lot. The office was clean, modern, the kind of place with staged succulents and a coffee station no one ever used. The manager on duty looked up as we walked in. He was polite, cautious, the way people are when they can't tell if they're about to get pulled into drama. Tom spoke first, calm and professional. "We're here on behalf of Ms. Rochelle Bennett. She is the sole owner of Unit," he named the property. "We need to retrieve spare keys and update the registered occupant list." The manager's eyebrows lifted slightly. "Are the occupants aware?" Tom didn't flinch. "They will be." He handed over the deed copy and the authorization documents. The manager studied them, typed on his computer, and then nodded. "All right," he said. "We can provide keys. And we can update the registry. But you should know, the occupants have called before. They asked about adding a name to the file." I felt my stomach drop. I looked at Tom. Tom's eyes narrowed just slightly. "Who asked?" The manager glanced at his screen. "Stacy Monroe. She said she was handling family paperwork." There it was, the mini reveal, now confirmed by an outside party. Not a suspicion. A fact. Tom kept his voice neutral. "And you did not add her?" "No," the manager replied. "We require proof of ownership. She didn't have it." I exhaled slowly. My hands were cold. Tom said, "Thank you. We'll proceed." The manager handed us a set of keys and printed a receipt. Tom took it, filed it immediately into a folder. Paper. Receipts. Proof. When we walked out of the office, I stood for a second in the parking lot, keys cold and heavy in my palm. I didn't want to believe she'd go that far, I admitted. Tom didn't soften it. "She already has." We drove straight to meet the real estate agent. Her name was Marlene. Mid-40s. Sharp bob haircut. No-nonsense face that looked like it had heard every version of family drama in the world and didn't care about excuses. She shook my hand and looked me directly in the eye. "Ms. Bennett," she said. "Tom told me you want this handled clean and fast." "Yes," I said. "No drama, no delays." Marlene nodded once. "Okay. First step is a walkthrough. I'll take photos, we'll do a listing video, and we'll schedule showings. But I need to know, are the occupants cooperative?" I looked at her. I didn't sugarcoat. "No," I said. "They will not be." Marlene didn't blink. "Fine. I've dealt with that. We do everything by the book. We give proper notice for showings. We keep records. If they interfere, we document it. Buyers don't like chaos, but they respect clarity." Tom added, Owner is sole title holder. No lease. No tenancy agreement. Marlene's mouth tightened into a small, satisfied line. Good. That makes it simpler. We drove to the property. When we pulled into the neighborhood, my chest tightened. The street looked the same. Trees lining the sidewalk. Kids' bikes on porches. People living ordinary lives. Except my life wasn't ordinary anymore. Marlene parked, grabbed her equipment, and looked at me. Do you want to go in first, or do you want me to lead? I swallowed. I'll go in, I said. Because that house was still mine, no matter how they'd tried to rewrite it. We walked up to the door. I put the key in the lock. My hand paused for half a second. Then I turned it. The door opened. And the smell that hit me wasn't my old home. It smelled like new candles and perfume and fried food, layers of someone else's life laid over mine like paint. We stepped inside. Stacy's mother was in the kitchen, stirring something on the stove. She turned and froze when she saw me. Stacy's father was sitting on the couch like he owned it, TV on, feet up. And then Stacy herself appeared from the hallway, hair styled, athleisure outfit crisp, face tightening the moment she realized I wasn't alone. Her eyes flicked from me to Tom to Marlene. What is this? She snapped. Who are these people? Marlene stepped forward smoothly, voice bright and professional. Hi. I'm Marlene, she named the agency. We're here for a walkthrough on behalf of Ms. Rochelle Bennett, the owner. Stacy's face shifted, pale, then flushed. Owner. Stacy barked. We live here. Tom held up a folder calmly. Ms. Bennett is the sole title holder. We have management verified access. We are conducting a standard pre-listing walkthrough. Stacy's voice rose. You can't just come in here. You didn't tell us. Marlene's tone stayed even. We'll provide formal notice for showings. Today is an owner walkthrough. Stacy's father stood up, slow and stiff, eyes narrowed. This is disrespectful. I looked at him, this man who had slept in my bedroom, and I felt nothing warm for him. This is my house, I said quietly. Disrespect started when my belongings were moved without permission. Stacy's eyes snapped to mine. For a moment, I saw raw contempt. No mask, no sweetness. Then she reached for her phone with shaking fingers and started dialing. Mark. I didn't stop her. I didn't argue. Because the argument wasn't the point. The point was, reality had arrived in their living room, and it had keys. Marlene walked through the house efficiently, taking notes, opening curtains, checking angles for photos. Stacy followed her like a shadow, muttering, "This is insane," under her breath. Her mother kept glancing at me like I was a stranger who had walked into the wrong home. And I realized something in that moment, something I hadn't fully accepted before. They weren't embarrassed because they'd been wrong. They were panicking because the plan was slipping. When Mark arrived 30 minutes later, his face looked the way it did when he was a child caught doing something he knew he shouldn't. His eyes went straight to me, then to Tom, then to Marlene. His mouth opened, but no words came out at first. "Mom," he finally said, voice low. "What's going on?" I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I simply said, "I'm selling the house." Stacy let out a sound like a laugh, and a scream had collided. "You can't do that." Tom answered before I needed to. "Legally, she can. She is the owner." Mark's face drained of color. "Mom, please. Is this because of the bedroom thing? We can fix that." I looked at my son, really looked at him. And I realized the truth that hurt the most. He didn't rush to fix it when I was humiliated. He rushed to fix it when the asset was threatened. I swallowed hard, but my voice stayed steady. "It's not about the bedroom," I said. "It's about how you let me be treated in a home I own. And then you asked me for money. And then Stacy called protective services on me." Mark's head snapped up. What? Stacy's eyes widened for half a second, just long enough for her mask to slip. Then she recovered. That's not what happened. I was worried. Tom cut in, calm and deadly. We have the voicemail from APS, and we have documentation. I suggest you stop. Mark stared at Stacy like he'd never seen her clearly before. That was the escalation. The crack. Because for the first time, Mark wasn't just caught between us. He was hearing the truth land in the room like a heavy object. Stacy's voice turned sharp. Mark, don't just stand there. But Mark didn't move. He looked stunned, confused, like the story he'd been repeating didn't fit anymore. Marlene quietly finished her walkthrough, unfazed. She looked at Tom and said, I have what I need. Listing can go live within 48 hours. Tom nodded. Do it. Stacy's face tightened into something ugly. You're doing this to punish us. I looked at her, and my voice came out soft but firm. No, I said. I'm doing this to free myself. I turned toward Mark one last time. You have time to find another place, I told him. But I'm not discussing this in circles. Any further communication goes through Tom. Mark's lips trembled, like he wanted to say something. Apologize, plead, blame, anything. But he didn't. And I realized, even now in this moment, he was still choosing silence. Only this time, silence wasn't protecting his marriage. It was costing him a home. When we walked out, I didn't look back. Because if I looked back, I might have remembered the old version of that house and softened. And softness, in the wrong hands, becomes permission. A few weeks had passed since my conversation with Mark. The silence between us still hung heavy, but there was a strange sense of calm in the air. I had made my decision. I wasn't going to go back to the way things were, and neither was I going to pretend that everything was fine. But even with that resolve, I couldn't shake the nagging feeling that something was still brewing, something I wasn't seeing clearly yet. I had been spending my days painting and trying to settle into this new rhythm of life. The studio had become a place of refuge for me, a space where I could lose myself in the colors and shapes that came to life on the canvas. It was a quiet form of rebellion against the life I had left behind. But the peace I had started to feel was only temporary, I realized. Because something was coming. Something I wasn't ready for. That afternoon, my phone buzzed. It was a message from Stacy, and my stomach twisted with anxiety. It had been a while since I had heard from her directly. After our last conversation, I thought we had said all there was to say. But it seemed I was wrong. The message was short, but it was clear. I need to talk. It's urgent. Call me when you get this. I stared at the screen for a moment. My first instinct was to ignore it, to just let it be. But I knew that wasn't an option. Not if I wanted to close this chapter of my life properly. So, I called her. When she picked up, there was an urgency in her voice that I hadn't heard before. Naomi, she said quickly, I need your help. We're in trouble. Mark and we can't handle everything on our own anymore. Please, just listen. I braced myself. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to fall for whatever new manipulation she was about to pull. But despite my hesitation, I couldn't hang up. Part of me still cared, even if I didn't want to. And I wasn't going to be that person who turned their back on family. I'm listening, I said, my voice cool, controlled. It's about the house, she continued, her words coming out in a rush. We're really struggling, Naomi. Mark's job has been uncertain, and the bills are piling up. We can't keep up with everything. And I don't know who else to turn to. I paused, letting the silence fill the space between us. I wasn't surprised. This was exactly what I had expected. She wanted something from me. She wanted me to rescue her again, to fix the situation I had been forced out of. I told you before, Stacy, I said, my voice firm. I'm not your safety net. I'm not going to step in and clean up the mess you and Mark created. But Naomi, you don't understand, she said, her tone softening, almost pleading. Lucas. He needs a stable home. He needs his family. Please. Just for him. Don't you want to help him? The mention of Lucas hit me like a punch to the gut. Of course, I cared about him. I loved him like my own grandson. But this wasn't about him. This was about them trying to guilt me into sacrificing my peace for the 1000th time. I love Lucas, but I can't keep doing this, I said. You and Mark need to figure it out. I can't be the one to solve everything. You don't get to keep taking from me. Not anymore. There was a long pause on the other end, and I could hear her trying to hold it together. She was desperate. I could tell. But I couldn't let myself feel sorry for her anymore. I couldn't keep playing the role of the martyr. Naomi, please, she said quietly. I need you. We need you. Please, don't do this. Her voice cracked at the end, and for a moment, I almost let myself believe her. Almost. But then I remembered why I had walked away in the first place. I had done enough. I had given them everything I had. And now, I was giving it to myself. I'm sorry, Stacy, I said, my voice steady. But I'm done. I hung up before she could say anything more. My hand shook as I put the phone down, but I knew I had made the right choice. I wasn't going to let her pull me back into the chaos. I wasn't going to let her guilt trip me into believing that my role in this family was to always be the one who cleaned up after everyone else. Later that evening. The rest of the evening was quiet, almost too quiet. I found myself restless, pacing around Maggie's apartment, trying to shake the feeling that something was still off. I thought I had made peace with my decision, but the conversation with Stacy had opened up something inside me. Something I wasn't ready to confront. I decided to take a walk to clear my mind. The night air was cool, and the city felt different than it had before. It wasn't the same place I had lived in all my life, but it was starting to feel like mine. And that was something I hadn't felt in a long time. As I walked, I found myself reflecting on everything that had led me to this point. I thought about Mark and how I had raised him, about Stacy and how I had always tried to help her, even when she didn't ask for it. But what had it all been for? I had given so much of myself, and yet, I felt like I was left with nothing. Nothing but the pieces of a broken family that I had no power to fix. The walk didn't bring me any answers, but it gave me something. A sense of calm. A reminder that I was not just a mother or a grandmother. I was Naomi. And I was worthy of peace. When I returned to Maggie's apartment, I found a message waiting for me. It was from Mark. It wasn't a call. Just a simple text. Mom, I understand. I hope we can still talk. I love you. I stared at the screen for a moment, feeling a lump rise in my throat. I didn't know what the future held for us. I didn't know if we would ever fully heal. But I did know this. I had taken the first step toward healing myself. And that, for the first time in a long time, was enough.